I wanted to do a little video to show you something called a Moebius strip. Moebius. It's a mathematical thing and is a little bit of a paradox, so don't try to understand how it works because you can't really understand it. You get a strip of paper like this, and on one side what I did is I put a red line, on the other side a blue line. So what you do is you take it and you bring it together into a ring like this. So you'd have blue on one side and on the inside is the red ring. But what you're going to do is twist it exactly 180 degrees. So what you're going to have where it's connected is the blue is touching the red, and on the other side same thing, the blue is touching the red. So I've already taped one together. So effectively what you have is actually one surface. It looks 3D, and it is, you know, it's paper. But strangely enough, if you trace the line, let's say starting from this edge here, okay, where the blue is touching the red, I'm going to make a little line so you can see the start and end, if you will. So there's the start and finish. So it's going to be kind of hard to do in front of the camera, but here we go. So here's the line. Now if I follow the blue on the inside here, okay, imagine my pen is not lifting off the surface. Now here I kind of have no choice, but see I'm touching it right here. If I could leave my pen on the surface, now I'm on the inside of the paper here, as you can tell. Inside of the paper. So now if I flip it around, that's where the blue is touching red on the other side. So I'm still tracing, but now I'm on the red line. Red line, red line. Okay, underneath here. And ta-da, we're right back at the start again. So we followed the blue line, ended up back on the red line through the other side, and ta-da. So it's one surface, so it's like a 2D object in a 3D form, you know, because it's 3D, but it's actually considered a 2D object, and it's a paradox. So, you know, anyhow, maybe to make it a little more interesting, what I did, what you can do is you cut the paper right down the line, okay? So that's what I'm going to do now. So I started a little tear. So what you do is you take your scissors and you just follow the line right down the center till you get to the same cut that you started on the other, you know, just get right back to where you started. So I'm cutting across, okay? Now I'm right at the part where I'm cutting across the tape. Now what you would have is two pieces of paper that would be separate, right? Or something. Well, in fact, what you get when you finish your cut is one strip of paper, strangely enough, which is actually kind of have a double twist in it. So, yeah, okay, that's kind of cute. Well, there's another little thing you can do where you take the same, I have another Moebius strip, but this time there's no line in it because I have to cut 1/3 from the edge. I couldn't put a line because as I'm going around and cutting the other side, I can't really explain it, but it goes to the opposite side and then back again. So I wouldn't be able to trace the line. It would be like if you could put the paper out flat, it would look like a waveform. Anyhow, so having said that, so I'm just going to cut from this edge here 1/3 of the way and continue doing it all the way around till I get back to this cut again. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm not going to try and do it in front of the camera because it's kind of hard. I don't know if you can see or not. So I'm just tracing for cutting right along 1/3 from the edge. And let's see. Oh yeah, 1/3 from the edge. See what's happening is, see I'm at the cut is on this side, but I keep going because you want to stay 1/3 from the edge. So I just keep going like this, like they say on the internet, which is where I found this to begin with. So 1/3 from the edge, I'm still going. And eventually, I'm going to get back to where I originally started the cut. Sorry if you can't see this on camera. Hope I did this right. So you think you would have one piece of paper again, or two, or something. But in fact what you have now is two strips of paper that are interlocked. And they're twisted. So yeah, there you go. There you have it. So just a little something I wanted to show you, and that all comes from something called a Moebius strip, which is a 3D object in a 2D form. And what I find interesting is if one side is red and the other side is blue, which the colors are relevant, but in a spiritual sense, you can think of it as two become one. So there you go.